Welcome to the MVP Arena. It is Saturday night, July 11th, and we have the marquee matchup of the year in Arena Football 1 with the Albany Firebirds taking on the Nashville Cats here at the MVP Arena. My name is Adam Samaroff. To my right, my co-host Chris Sipperly, and to my left is the VP of Marketing for Arena Football 1, Jared DeGroff. Jared, thanks for joining us tonight on the Nest pregame show.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I know you both are super busy, so thank you.
Yeah, likewise. I know we're on a pretty tight schedule.
You got lots of things to do in the next hour and 20 minutes.
Including operating that Sirius camera to your left.
Oh, yeah. I moonlight as a photographer, actually as a photographer first, so I still capture game pics during the game, so I have good marketing material.
There you go.
So my wife is behind the camera right now, and don't show her that because she'll have lens envy with the different lens. Sorry. So let's talk about this game and the fact that we're right down to the end of the year. We have a couple of weeks left, and this really is going to be for number one seed. Talk about what you've been able to do this week in terms of promoting this game specifically. For the Arena Football 1 fans.
Sure. So I'm going to leave it, up to my team this week. I actually just got back from London yesterday, so I'm playing catch-up on a lot of different things. But there was a lot going on in terms of what this game means. The last matchup between Nash and Albany, was a disappointing loss for Albany. Obviously, a very exciting win for Nashville. So this is, the most anticipated rematch. Not only that, it's the rematch from last year's crown. There's two brothers that are facing off today, both the Kolkas. So, there's a lot of avenues that you can take in terms of marketing that can make this game super successful. So we had, the promo about the Kolkas. We have the rematch. We have, earning bragging rights to be number one seed. There's a lot of angles that the team took this week to promote this game, and I am super, super proud.
If I was good at accents, I would do it the rest of this interview in a British accent since you just came back from London. However, I'm not good with that. So, let's talk a little bit about your role. You're a Capital Region guy. Went to Burnt Hills, so you're obviously very familiar with this area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Went to Siena College. Just talk about having the Firebirds here. They were here in the '90s, and obviously they've been in different iterations through the time. And that. Tell me a little bit about getting involved in marketing and in the the arena game.
Sure. Growing up, there isn't a whole lot of super local teams, right? So I remember as a kid coming to the Riverats. At the time, I went to Albany Conquest.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the good old days, and obviously I certainly remember the Empire, the rebirth of the Firebirds, the Albany Fire Wolves, the Albany Devils, and we're so fortunate to have an arena like this in our area that attracts not only some really good professional players, good concerts, so it's awesome to have them. And it was always something I look forward to, especially as a kid going to River Rats. I went to a few Conquest games. They were super fun. And, growing up, our professional NFL teams are 3 and 6 hours away. So this is what we got. It's awesome to see everyone support it. In terms of how I got into marketing, I studied marketing back in the day at Burnt Hills with my teacher, Mrs. Wheeler. Shout out to her if you ever are listening. But she got me involved in marketing, sports marketing, and I went to college at Siena for marketing, creative arts. Did that for a while. I actually was an ops manager for construction. I worked for a jewelry store. I was a marketing manager for Dick's Sporting Goods.
So you're all over the place.
I did so many things, many hats, man of many trades. And, what eventually happened is I went back to school, got an MSBA, which is a Master's in Business Analytics.
Okay.
And I landed at Mohawk Auto Group and started doing some photography for the Wolves when they were around and wanted to get involved with the Birds. So I did. And then I just saw so much opportunity, and talking to a lot of the management, a lot of the front office here with the Birds, seeing the opportunity for AF1 as a whole, it's huge. And you go and look at all these other teams. I've been fortunate enough to visit Nashville and Minnesota and a bunch of others, and we are in communities. And I think the biggest impact that AF1 can have is bringing these communities together.
Yep.
People look at Albany as, this bastion of New York, which, Albany is the capital, yes, but it is, in many retrospects, a smaller town feel. People work in Albany. It's not necessarily a living, breathing city like New York.
And we call it the Capital Region for a reason. You get some of these other cities. Nashville is like a a major
Yeah,
city.
it's a hub.
It's a hub. Here it's like Albany, but it's Colony, and it's Schenectady and Troy, and it's Saratoga,
Yeah.
Clifton Park. It's the region,
Yeah.
not just Albany.
Yeah, and you see, a lot of these AF1 teams, Duluth, Minnesota is not Minneapolis.
Right.
Nashville Cats are now in Clarksville, which is
Right.
about an hour away. So many of these teams are part of communities. I think the biggest thing that we can do, and one of my main goals as the marketing person for AF1 is making sure the community knows that the teams are here for them. When the Wolves left last year, the whole idea for the Firebirds was we're here to stay, Albany.
Right.
That was the whole idea, because I know many people, myself included, before I was involved, was like, oh boy, I hope another
stick
team-
around.
I hope they stick around. There's not a lot to do. I enjoy going to the games, even before I was a part of them. Like, let's hope they stick around. And how to do that is come show up and show support. But the amount of stuff that Albany gives back, and every other AF1 team for that matter, gives back to their community, it just goes to show that there can be a lot more to this game than football. There could be a lot more to this game than just in these towns. It's all about community, bringing people together, families coming out. There's a block party outside
That's
today.
big. That's big.
Which is huge. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a nice summer night, and that's really what I'm driving AF1 to be. Is we're here for the community. Yes, we're here for some great football, some fast action, but we're here for you. We're here for you to come out, have a good time. What event can you go to right now that's sub $100 for a family of 4?
Oh, I know. I mean, trying to get tickets, for a Yankee game or a Red Sox game or anything like that is like you're not spending $100 for. You might get for one ticket maybe.
One ticket, yeah, and then if you go buy a water or an adult beverage, and you're at $150, easy.
Just like that, yeah. So this is a good, inexpensive, thing to have in the community.
And the level of talent in this league is
It's huge.
leaped since last year. I mean,
Absolutely.
look at the records. Nobody's undefeated this year. Let's start
Yeah.
and stop there.
And nobody's winless either.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's such a fast-paced game, and I think the biggest thing that we can continue to do is education on what AF1's version of arena football is. Because you hear arena ball and you bring a lot of different ideas to the table of what that is, but it is different. And one of the things I loved about the NLL was they had box lacrosse, and I used to play lacrosse at Burnt Hills. It's different. It's exciting. It's faster. It's fast-paced, and this is a very similar sort of idea.
One of the things I wanted to talk about with you is the slogan for AF1 is the ball never dies, which I love. And it's starting to be a thing where, you guys put together videos and promotional things, and it's like you're starting to, use things where, like, a couple weeks ago, the game 2 weeks ago with Albany, they had a couple of catches that were touchdowns that they had bounced off the wall, but obviously they weren't out of bounds.
Right.
Because the ball never dies, it's not like an out of bounds. Talk about just having that slogan and being able to promote that as like we're fast paced, we're just because the ball's hit the wall doesn't mean it's out, that kind of
Yeah. Well, it's all about what you're going to remember as someone viewing the game, right? So if I was somebody watching arena football, AF1's arena football for the first time, what can you remember about it, right? What's going to be the thing that sticks in your mind? So having something that actually, is going to stick in your mind that is unique to this game. The Ball Never Dies came out a little bit before I was really in full swing in my position, but it's such a great piece of content that you can build around because, yeah, absolutely, you kick the ball into the return nets.
Right. Play's not over. It's
Play's
bouncing
not
off
over.
it. You got to go after it.
Play's not over. If no one touches you and you hit the wall, you're still in.
Play's not over.
Right? The play's not over. And that is one of the most unique selling points to AF1's style of arena ball. So, yeah, why not double, triple, quadruple down on it?
No doubt about it.
And make it a thing.
Well, I think the beautiful thing is I think there's opportunity for you to say this is what arena football is.
Absolutely.
Meaning the nets.
Yep.
The ball never dies.
Yep.
And you could reach out and touch your favorite player, like literally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's special.
And sometimes they're even coming flying over the wall with catching the ball like Ajay Hall did last week, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's all been over the wall.
I think at this point in the season, I could probably put together a 3 to 5 minute video of all the catches over the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's critical. I mean, God bless those guys. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
how they do it, especially the guys that run through the wall and flip over it.
100%.
That's a whole other story.
I was in Duluth for their home opener back in May, and a fellow photographer was out shooting, and the player just jumped right over. And, I mean, he had photos of the guy just coming, and he had to lean back. And because, yeah, that's how close the person was, and if he didn't move, he would have got smushed. So
Oh yeah, no, like a few weeks ago here, I stand on the kind of one of the corners, to take pictures and cover and everything, and I caught an interception.
Yeah.
I caught an interception.
Did you run it back for a touchdown?
I did not. No, that would definitely be beyond my pay grade.
He was ruled down by contact.
I was ruled down by
Darn.
by contact. Just so how did you get involved? In terms of working with Jerry Kurz and Jeff Fisher and the people that are involved on the league side.
Yeah. So I started helping out the Birds last year around September, October, and I was like the man of Oz. I was just kind of behind the curtain and helping Matt and Jeff on some things and, seeing what we could do to kind of push a little bit more forward. Mm-hmm. And as that evolved and things changed, in my head I was like, there's something here, right? There's opportunity. I saw the opportunity. The people higher up than me knew there was, room for this. And it was a conversation that led into this role. Oh, thank you, Jeff. This is great.
I believe you're going to lose your space, though, in a minute.
No, that's fine.
I hate to tell you.
That's fine. But, yeah, so, one thing led to another, and I got looped in with everybody. And, now that's our team. We have a really coordinated team of people that we're working as hard as we possibly can to make AF1 as big as bad as we can.
And bad as we can. And just get it out to as many people, right? Educate, awareness, all of that to make sure that people are aware of AF1, aware of the teams that are in their communities already, and to encourage them to come support this high level of professional talent that we have, as well as a team that is rooted in community. One more thing I wanted to ask, and then we'll let you go because I know you got a lot of things to go. Something you put out, I think maybe a month ago or something in that vicinity, was talking about the viewership on HTN, on YouTube, on the AF1 site, and stuff like that. And the numbers are out there, and they're just, everything's up.
Yeah.
Just talk about how great that is,
Yeah.
In terms of, as a part of the league and seeing those numbers be as good as they are.
Yeah, so looking at analytics for me is always super important, right? It tells me what's working and what's not working. And what we can see, just by the numbers, is that people are interested in this style of gameplay. People are interested in the big hits. They're interested in the high performance of the football players. And it's great to see that what the product of AF1 is out there, that people are watching on YouTube. The whole idea of getting it on YouTube was to bring that barrier to entry, to view, down to nothing, right?
Doesn't cost any money.
$0, right? Because we would rather have you watch a game on YouTube and say, that is exciting, I want to go. Mm-hmm. Then have you know nothing about it and be on the fence and then not go at all.
Because you've never seen it, you don't really know what it is.
Right, and everyone knows watching a game on TV or the computer or your phone is not the same as going in person. So if you're excited, which it seems like people are, about the product on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you're consuming this content, and you're excited about it, you're going to even be more excited if you come.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and
Absolutely.
I know, like I said, I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll let you get to that.
Thank you.
Jared DeGroff, the Vice President of Marketing for AF1. Thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you later on. When we have the championship, we'll have you back on when we have the championship game.
Perfect. That sounds like a plan to me, and thanks again, guys, and I'll see you out there.
All right. We'll let you get out of here, and we'll... Welcome back to the Nest Pregame Show. We are here at MVP Arena before a marquee matchup between the UR Albany Firebirds and the Nashville Cats. And now we've been joined by the Modus, the manager of all the other stuff.
Yes, that's it.
Jeff Levesque.
Family
Jeff,
show.
I love it. Jeff, how are we doing tonight? We're getting ready for a big one.
Oh man, this is it's super exciting. Had a chance to talk to Darren Arbett from Nashville. He's actually featured in the halftime show, the season pass. And then I was talking to Ware today. The respect between these two guys is amazing. Saw the Kolkas backstage, back in the hallways.
Well, it is a show.
Yeah. It is a spectacle.
Yeah, and it's funny because they love each other, but at the same time they're going toe to toe tonight. It was weird. It felt like Josh wasn't going to talk to Tyler at all. Like it was.
Right.
This is as much of a rivalry as you're going to get.
It's like I hate you from like 6 o'clock to like 10:30, and then we're brothers again. But right now I don't like you.
We're about to see what happens in the Kolka yard on Thanksgiving. Is what we're about to see.
Talk about again, we have the block party out there. We have a huge crowd. Flock Support's doing the toy toss, and obviously they do all their stuff. We're doing our raffle for the jersey. Just talk about seeing so many people out there. I mean, South Pearl Street's packed, and people are coming in now, and it's huge lines for the security to get in. You got to be really thrilled.
Love it. Ben Nelson, Matt Woods, Zach Soden, they put this thing together, and the MVP Arena crew always does a great job of making sure everything comes together. But seeing all these mascots for Spike's birthday,
yes, I've seen at least. I literally just came in and started, and it was like I've seen a whole bunch already.
Oh my God.
I've seen the Stewart's cow. I saw Spike earlier. I mean, it's crazy.
I saw Spike on the trainer's table getting stretched out. I was like, what is going on? If Spike's hurt, what happens? What do we do? Who do we call in as the backup for Spike? I think it's one of you guys. I think you got to run out there with pom-poms.
I think so.
We're here to help. So
yeah, no, this is you would love to do a block party for every one of the games, but I gotta be honest with you, like the fact that we haven't been able to because of the schedule, because of weather and all these other things, this one just feels special. You know what I mean? It does. It's got that old vibe to it, and it's a great job by the team putting it together, and then me coming in last minute and pretending I had something to do with the actual planning.
Sometimes you just got to act like you belong. That's how you get into places. You just act like you've been there. One of the things I want to ask about these towels.
Yes.
These are pretty awesome. I know that they one of the sponsors, the
Integrative Dental Sleep.
Thank you.
Integrative Dental Sleep Devices of Boston Spa, Dr. Fred Dreer.
There we go.
It's actually I go there myself. These are good friends of mine. They were like, we want to do rally towels. We they have some from a couple of years ago that they bring to all the games. They're like, you know what, man? If whatever it takes to get them done, we want them done. I'm like, well, you know what it takes? It takes a little cha-ching, and they came to the table with it and they got it done.
They opened the wallet and said, okay, we're going to go.
They look great. They're a great keepsake. That's just something you can.
They have a 90s feel to it, like with the excitement and the terrible towel kind of thing from the 90s.
Yeah, and like I guarantee you, if you watch the AF1 season pass and all the other things I do online, one of these will be hanging behind me in the not too distant future.
Sure.
I want to talk about that a little bit. During the half times, you kind of been like the interviewer and stuff like that. So obviously you do everything else. You're the manager of all the other stuff, and that's some of the other stuff. Just talk a little bit about being able to interview guys and promote the league and promote the games and all that, and how that's kind of been this year, the last few weeks or couple of months.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They had a couple different ideas for what they wanted to do to fill about a 5-minute window during the halftime, and I had a lot of ideas, and then finally they went, you know what? Since you got so many ideas, why don't you just do it? And it's funny because it started where I would email or I would call, and all these other teams would be like, dude, you're Albany, like we're not talking to you, like what are you trying to prove, what are you trying to yeah, we know you, Levac, you're up to something. And now it's like I've got other teams reaching out like, hey, good show, let me know if you need someone. So it's working and it's fun, and like I said, Coach Arbett is the feature this weekend. He's I gotta tell you, like I love that guy. Like obviously, I'm very partial to the professor, Damon Ware.
Of course.
But Darren Arbett, man, every question is answered quickly, succinctly, openly, honestly. Like there's a part where he talks about when the job became available in Nashville, and like he's like, do you want my resume? Do you want this? I'm like, you're a Hall of freaking Famer with four championships.
Right, we can read it off, and it's like we can know by heart.
Right. You could do the old signature. You could say Google me, and he's like, no, that's not what it's about. So like, I think people are going to enjoy getting to know Coach a little bit, and hopefully he has a horrible night tonight. But
right. Again, we love him. We love him between 6 and 10:30. We don't like him, but
right.
Before and after, we love Coach Arbett.
100%.
So game itself, Albany, lost 78-69 the last time. time. It's time to turn the tables. What do you give me your thoughts about tonight's game? Obviously, Albany's going to win. I'm not saying that, but just give me your thoughts about tonight and having it be Kulka v. Kulka. Kulkamania is running wild at the MVP Arena tonight.
Dude, Civil War. The AF1 Civil War tonight with the Kulkas and Kulkamania. Obviously, Nashville has every reason in the world to want to beat Albany after last year's Arena Crown. Albany has every reason in the world to want to beat, Nashville after giving up 42 points on special teams in Clarksville. So I think it's going to be a hell of a game, and I think Albany's got the edge tonight. I think Josh Kolk is dialed in, dude. We were at pregame meal, and Chef M Hat does a great job, but she was down a hand. So I was one of the other stuff today was sous chef for Chef M Hat. And
Levac, the sous chef.
Yeah, I was culinary arts. That was one of my first careers.
Levacatui,
that's right.
Where's the little wrap underneath your hat?
Nobody knows what's under this hat. That's the thing. But Josh does the pregame prayer, and I think that's just a cool thing. And he's the kind of guy that just, hey, my buddies. He's the kind of guy that he's so unassuming. You want things to go well for him. So I'm fired up to see Kulka versus Kulka, and I saw Tyler back there. Like I said, I was like, hey, be nice to little brother today. He goes, he doesn't know what's coming for him, like smiling and laughing. And Josh is like ignoring him with the earbuds in. It's going to be. The things I want to see is how it goes down on the field, obviously, and then those two right after the final whistle. I think that's if we don't have video of that, someone's fired.
Right.
Well, we had IG Hall and.
Nice and close.
Lorenzo,
I'm not hearing you.
That's right.
There you go.
Lorenzo Jones on the show, and I asked him, does Kulka ever get mad? Like, does he swear? Like, have you ever seen him upset? And the answer was no. So he's got a pretty good disposition.
Disposition.
There you go. You know what? It's funny because if you go back to the first home game of the season, he balled out. I'm not positive of this, but I think every game he started, he's either gotten MVP or Offensive Player of the Week.
Close, if not all. Yeah.
He screams after the game, and it's a celebratory, like screaming out something, and it's so clearly not his way. You know what I mean? Like he's just like I'm so happy for him that he couldn't contain the excitement, but at the same time it's like that ain't you, bro. That ain't you. You ain't that guy. You ain't that guy.
No, it's going to be good. So obviously last game of the year, and if Albany wins, they got to win by 10 points, at least 10, to clinch the 1 seed. And then, after that, no matter what happens, playoffs, we're going to be right into the thick of the playoff run.
Yeah, and obviously can't do worse than 2 seeds. So we'll get the back-to-back bye, and then it'll be the weekend of August 1st. We'll be here at MVP Arena.
Yep, for the semifinal.
Yep, and then the weekend of August 8th, either here or I would assume either here or Clarksville. No offense to Michigan or Minnesota or whoever else, or Washington, but. I really think this is like I said this weeks ago to Coach Ware. Like Albany, Nashville, it's a best of 3 series.
I agree.
Right.
We thought that right from the beginning. Honestly, truthfully.
And it's if Albany wins tonight, and even if Albany doesn't win tonight, and it does end up being the crown between Albany and Nashville, it's still that. You know what I mean? Even though it's like I remember years ago, different league, different team. I remember trailing another team. They beat us 3 times in the regular season because the way the schedule had played out. And I remember Mike Corda, the owner, going, congratulations on going 3-1 against us this year, right before the championship game. Yeah, it was the Carolina Cobras. And we, backed up his post and won it. So,
and killed them, too, in the championship.
Oh, destroyed him. Annihilated. It was great. It was a great time.
Sure was.
But this Nashville team is so freaking good, man. They're so solid. They went on. They play all 3, the offense, defense, special teams. I heard Coach Cisse earlier today talking about the special teams. Like, obviously, we know that if our special teams had been better in Clarksville, this is a very different situation.
Right. Yep.
So
you've got they've got Honeycutt, circled and starred and everything else. They got to keep him in check.
Let's go. I like this. The sweetest woman in a sundress just going off. That's what Albany's about right there, my friend. I like this.
That's what Albany does.
Yeah, you don't even know where it's coming from. We're coming for you, though. Yeah, man.
And on that note, Jeff, we appreciate it always
Thank
when you come and join us. Game is going to be here. We're going to start in about 45 minutes. So if you're not here and you're watching at home, get here. Get here.
This is the place to be. There's nothing else worth doing tonight.
Not at all. Saturday night in Albany, Firebirds. Be here at the MVP Arena.
Listen, this is your pregame party. This is your pregame party, and
That's
then
it.
and like, listen, because I can guarantee you, I'm either celebrating or commiserating with a bottle after this game. So
There we go.
one way or another.
So there's a bottle either way.
That's right.
And on that note, we will get out of here. We'll get you ready for the kickoff at 7:00.
Go Birds.
Go Birds! For Jeff Levac and Chris Epperly, I'm Adam Samro. We will see you guys later on.